What's up?
How's it going today?
Actually, I don't know. We probably shouldn't be so excited with what we're talking about today. I guess, mental disorder. I guess that fits with what we're talking about today. But we're going to continue the gaming edition.
Like and subscribe. Well, it kind of fits into what we were talking about last week, and actually, I mean, it was something that was just decided on this weekend.
That game, because we did read something where it said gaming addiction was not officially recognized as a disorder.
Yeah.
Now it is.
It is now by the World Health Organization.
Yeah, just now.
It's in their database now. So I found this article. It's Critical Hit Gaming is the website. Gaming addiction is now officially real. So go read a book or something. That's the title of the article. So I guess we'll just get straight into it. Getting into it, the World Health Organization has announced that video game addiction has officially been added to their database of mental illnesses. You can see this kid.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's. It's just a commercial.
So going down below that picture, it gets more into it. Announced back in June of 2018, the World Health Organization has been in talks for the last year about the validity of video game addiction. It was added to their watch list of potentially harmful technology-related mental illnesses. And as of this weekend, has been officially added to their database. So like you were saying.
Look at this picture of this guy, dude.
I know,
it's creepy.
Freaky looking, isn't it? I was looking at that and the way it's moving, the pixels. On the same watch list, or at the, sorry, that was weird. On the same watch list were internet addiction, cell phone addiction, and computer addiction.
Would that not be all in the same
basically
category?
all technology-related addictions are now added to the database.
And you've been talking about for a while how that is messing society up.
It is. It's causing...
Now, is technology as a whole
It's not
bad?
inherently evil.
No, technology is one of the best things that could have ever happened to the human race.
It's almost like anything else. It's people abusing it.
Well, that's the point I'm getting at. When technology is used in the right way, and that it's supposed to enhance.
It is. It's really good when it's used in the right way.
It's supposed to enhance whatever you're doing. It's supposed to make things easier. Like old people. Take that for instance. LifeLog. That's a piece of technology.
Yeah.
That saves people's lives. The medical industry saves people's lives.
Yeah.
Video games. They allow people to escape. And maybe that's where the problem comes in. You already have a problem. You want to alleviate that problem by using something to help you.
So this goes deeper.
So you escape from the problem you're in.
Yeah. Maybe this goes deeper than just pure addiction. You know what I mean?
But escapism isn't bad. I'm just saying it's being abused, like you said.
Yeah.
It's being abused.
And it's almost like social media. You know, it can connect you with anybody in the world at any time. But people abuse.
Yeah.
The use, like the way they use social media. Going on this same paragraph. If you're worried that you might be suffering from the gaming disorder, just know that chances are you're probably not suffering from any kind of addiction. That was worded weird. And I had another article. I don't have it pulled up, but they were talking about that. How the man that runs the World Health Organization was talking about how the cases are way few and far between.
So they're abnormalities.
They're abnormalities, is what they are. Almost like any other disease.
Just like any other thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would say the kids staying home and getting up 20 minutes before school starts and playing hours on end, can't stop, and it hurts inside when he doesn't play it. That would probably be considered extreme.
Yeah. The next paragraph right below that picture. It kind of gets into it. While many think that gaming disorder, as it's been classified, is equivalent to the number of hours spent playing video games, the actual diagnosis is far more behavioral in nature.
Right.
And in the other article I was reading, it gets into that. Let's see if they'll probably talk about it on here. As defined by the WHO, gaming disorder is a pattern of persistent or recurrent gaming behavior, which may be online or offline, manifested by impaired control over gaming, increasing priority given to gaming to the extent that the gaming takes precedence over other life interests and daily activities, and continuation or escalation of gaming despite the occurrence of negative consequences. Basically all that they're saying is if you're skipping work, skipping school, and skipping eating and showering to play games, then that's gaming addiction.
Do you remember World of Warcraft online?
Yeah.
Do you remember when this was an actual problem? And those people...
Yes.
There were several people that were playing World of Warcraft. And kind of like RuneScape that you talked about.
Yep.
It becomes such a necessity to get on these things so you don't get screwed over and lose your stuff. Now I don't know if WoW's like that because I've never played WoW. I've only talked to people that have. And RuneScape I know is always online. I think WoW is.
I think it is.
I think it's a livable. It's like a living, breathing
I'm
world.
sure it is. Yeah.
And these people would not eat. They would not sleep. They would not shower right.
Yep.
And they would sit in front of their game all day long and not take breaks.
Yep. The man that runs the WHO in the other article was talking about how some of the most extreme cases they saw were people playing games for 20 hours straight and just ignoring everything else in the world. Everything. They wouldn't eat.
20 hours.
20 hours a day.
Do you remember that story you read to me where you said that kid played for 3 days straight and he died?
Yeah. Yeah. 3 days straight. He stayed up 72 hours.
How did he not feel his body like messing up?
He probably did. He probably just ignored it and kept going. That's probably why he died.
How do you ignore it?
I don't know.
When you're drowning, your body will force you to come up for air.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So if these things are this bad where this person's sitting there in front of a TV and they're getting messed up and they're still sitting here like this, how bad is their disorder to where they're not getting up and eating or drinking water or sleeping?
Yep. I know.
That's scary.
I know. Now, like we said, these are the most extreme
Well,
cases.
yeah, it's abnormal.
It's abnormal.
So I'm not
It's
saying
something that people do.
We play video games all the time.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't, I would be a hypocrite if I said, this is terrible, and then we got like gameplay video. I'm saying it needs to be moderated.
It's good that they're talking about it now before it's gotten way
You're
overboard.
standing Kyle. Is that Randy?
And then right at the end of that paragraph, it talks about if you're not eating, bathing, taking a walk, all that stuff. That's the problem.
See the bear there? S'mores. It's just fun.
Is it supposed to be KFC there, sitting on his right?
Yeah.
South Park. Remember that episode we watched not that long ago of South Park where they were playing? It was kind of like World of Warcraft, and that guy was running around breaking
Yes.
the rules, killing all their characters. Oh my gosh.
That was one of the funniest. And that girl said, Mom! That was one of the most disgusting scenes I've ever seen.
Oh my
He
gosh.
took a giant crap in the bedpan.
That was awful.
Many have taken issue.
I didn't expect that. Sorry.
Do you want to read this last paragraph?
Yeah. Many have taken issue with gaming disorder as being an official disorder due to addictive behavior, citing that parents should monitor for these behaviors in children or that adults should be more self-aware of their playtime rather than going straight to defining the issue as addiction. I can kind of see that. Yet addiction is very misunderstood mental disorder, and while many would say that it's just a matter of rehabilitation, it's an illness in its own right.
The way video games have been progressing recently with more addictive game, yeah. And
Yeah, that's
more
what I
addictive
like at the
game
end here
loops.
that they talk about.
I think kind of like, I used to dispute this with the loot boxes, and again, I say if you bring up critical points
Yeah.
that cause critical thinking, I'm likely to change my viewpoint. And the fact that they're defining this and showing things like loot boxes,
Yeah.
that is a looping, addicting process.
And you got into it in our other video, the longer video, about the different psychological aspects of it, sociological aspects of it, things like that.
Like conditioning,
Yeah.
because you are conditioning somebody. That's a really good point. Like operant conditioning. If you don't know what that is, you can look it up or watch a previous video.
Yeah.
But Skinner was the one that coined that. Anyway, when you condition somebody, especially through variable schedule reinforcement,
Yep.
when you get a loot box,
Random rewards, basically.
and it drops and it opens and you get crap, and like after the third time you get something good, and then after the 10th time you get something good, and then after the 7th time. So when it's randomized levels of rewards, like you said, you are conditioning somebody to get that rush to alleviate that frustration. So
Yeah.
it creates that like compulsive, I have to open this now.
You know, mobile games are good at that.
So it's predatory. That's the only point I was looking at.
Yeah.
And I've changed my standpoint. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. So mobile games are good at that. They'll say, if you open 8 of these,
Yeah.
you're
yes.
guaranteed a rare, something like
And
that.
do you think that's why mobile games, maybe that's an article we need to get into. Do you think that's why mobile games are going up in popularity
Could be.
over
Because
consoles?
they're becoming addictive in that sense.
Because they're not removing microtransactions in mobile
No,
games.
they're not.
And from what I've heard, you don't hear people complain about microtransactions in mobile games, do you?
No, not very often.
So why is that not a problem in that?
I don't know.
We play, and I don't mean to down this game, we play Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
Do they not have loot boxes in that?
They do.
Does anybody complain about it?
Not that I know of.
You open
That's like the biggest game now on YouTube that certain channels are promoting now.
You open crystals,
sponsorships.
right?
Yeah.
You buy smaller products
Mhm.
for a couple, maybe a few dollars. They have packs that are actually quite expensive. $30 for special crystals, and you're guaranteed maybe an epic or higher. But you're not really guaranteed a legendary. Those legendaries are really hard to get, right?
Yes.
We've never gotten one. The game's unbelievable, but there's still microtransactions in it. So to these people, I want to ask, when is it okay, and when is it not okay?
Yeah, you either have to do it for everything or nothing.
So to our point, what we're getting at is, if it's popular to a lot of people, it seems to be okay.
Yeah.
But if it's not popular, they want to down it. You remember Star Wars? People were upset because of what they did to Luke and Darth Vader and how they made him so hard to get.
Yep.
And the star cards. Well, people dislike that. So automatically the loot boxes were evil.
Yeah.
But for some reason, stuff like the battle pass and skins and stuff, of course, those are microtransactions. Nobody complains about that really in Fortnite. They are starting to, but whatever. Did you know what Warframe did here recently? They got rid of the mod packs in
Yeah.
the next update.
Did they really?
It was like a preemptive,
Okay.
let's shut this down because this is bad.
Okay. Well, they listen to their fans. We're big fans of Warframe, at least on.
But, and also the reason why Warframe gets away with this is because it's a free-to-play.
Yes.
And nobody can complain about free-to-play games promoting smaller microtransactions because that's the way they make their money.
And for the most
No.
part, you can get everything in the game.
In Raid, maybe the reason why people don't complain about that is because it is free.
Yeah.
So people don't get mad at that. But the loot boxes are still there.
True. True.
So what do you get
can
mad
still
at?
purchase them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you get mad at and what do you not get mad at? I think loot boxes are fine if they're progression rewards.
Yes.
You should get one of those crystals or something to open like that every time you level up or every time you beat a boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe they get away with it because you can get those time crystals or those ancient crystals, shards, whenever you beat a dungeon boss. So they're still obtainable through that.
Okay.
But at the same time, again, I want to ask, when is it okay for certain things and when is it not okay for certain things? I don't get it. Like with Pokemon cards. If we're going to down all the stuff, you have to down those too because it's the same idea.
Yeah.
It's just in physical form.
Yep.
So, and it still relates back to addiction. And that's the only thing I'm getting at. When is addiction, it's still, even though it's been classified, it's still debatable, what things affect certain mental aspects. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section down below about
Yeah.
this gaming addiction.
And if you think it was right to be added on, or if it wasn't, either however you feel. Let us
And what
know.
you think should be considered. Let us know if you think we're right or wrong.
Yeah.
And what we maybe should do videos on. At the same time, these are more serious videos. We have our gaming news videos. As you can see, we have our arcade gaming shorts is what we call it.
Yeah.
Because they're short gameplays
Yeah.
and they're fun little gameplays. We want to do some collaborations with some people to get a lot more gameplay.
Heck, if anybody out there watches and you have a channel, let us know.
We have a Steam account. Graphics card isn't top of the line, but I think it's still usable. But if you like our content, make sure to leave us a like, subscribe. We already talked about the comment section. Slap that notification bell, slap it hard. So that way you're always notified when our videos come up. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.